Hello friends, Coach Bob here with you with the effervescent Coach Vic.
Hello, good morning. Guess where we are? In the house.
So as you know, we made it to Tallahassee yesterday, but the trip is not over. You cannot say you crossed the continent twice if you don't cross the continent twice. And so we are going to finish up the trip today. We're going over to Jacksonville, put our feet in the Atlantic Ocean and turn around and come back. Round trip would be close to 400 miles, 180 over, 180 back.
Oh, that's easy.
Plus a few odds and ends while we're over there. It is late in the day for us. It's 11 a.m. It is super humid, man. This is the first time we've experienced the humidity since we've been back. It is muggy, man. And out there it was so dry. I wish we had our temperatures here with their dryness. That would be perfect.
Yep.
But it is going to be a beautiful day. We can't wait to get over there, see the ocean, and close the loop. That's a big deal to me. And I told Coach Vic, you know, with all of the things that she deals with, I said, you know, if you don't want to go, you don't have to. And she said,
I'm going.
She's like, oh, heck no.
I'm going. I'm going to do it. Laying in bed this morning all cozy. I'm like, oh. But you know what? I'm doing it. Got up, ready to go.
I know there are couples out there who have done this. I know this. And I know we're not the first. But of the people that I know and the people in my group, they all told us we were insane. They said the miles were too big. They said the wheelchair was too much. And that
you just take it one day at a time. It works.
And nobody was ugly. I'm not even talking about my YouTube folks. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about my circle of friends. They're like, you know, you're biting off more than you can chew. We had the time of our lives. Every person that we met, regardless of background, ethnicity, financial position in this world, it did not matter. Everyone treated us with such beauty and kindness. It is very humbling to me to know that people can be so loving and kind. And anytime we needed a helping hand with anything,
it was there. There
was always a hand extended to us. So thank you, America, for what you did on this trip for us, because it's so easy to see everything that always goes on in society and come to conclusions without just saying, man, what am I seeing? What am I actually experiencing? And it really has been a beautiful thing. So anyway, we're gonna head over to Jackson. I don't want to become Mr. Philosopher like I do.
Yes, he does.
But every night when I laid there and I closed my eyes, I really did grow to appreciate everything just a little more.
Yep.
Cookies are a little sweeter, popcorn's a little saltier, and the Coke is a little more fizzy.
And the steak is tastier, thanks to Tana Shannon.
They are awesome friends of ours, as you got to see. And without further ado, we're going to load Coach Vic up on that machine. And it's about 11 a.m. We're going to roll. We'll be over there by 2. It's supposed to rain this afternoon. We're looking for a little liquid sunshine to cool our day off. And then we will turn around after we do a little bit of lunch. And by the way, just in case you didn't know, today is this beautiful woman's birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
How old are you?
I'm not going to tell.
You can tell if you want to.
I can. No, I'm not going to tell.
Coach Vic's birthday. So everyone down below, happy birthday,
Let's just say I'm older than 50, but younger than 60.
There you go. Close enough, right? We've got a decade to play with. So we'll say she's 50 in one day.
Yeah, well, I'm proud of my age. Yeah.
So
I've done good for all these years.
Let's load up this CanAm Spyder and roll. What do you say?
Okie dokie.
Happy birthday, Coach.
Happy birthday. Thank you. One more trip.
It's gonna be kind of sad to see it all come to an end, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel kind of good being back on the CanAm. I already had to feed the dog this morning to make the bed.
It's crazy.
Man, I was spoiled without doing all that.
As we roll out of familiar territory, it's very, very odd. It's almost like we never left, but we did. It's just a strange feeling to be back home and look around and, you know, you see the same tree structure, the same traffic, the same terrain, all of the things that your body is acclimated to, and it really is just a nice feeling. That said, I was asked a question by a buddy of mine yesterday when I called him and told him we had made it back home safely. He had asked me, and you know, in this, I've talked to several riders who have done big touring trips, and he asked me, or actually, I guess he didn't ask. He said, "Man, I'll bet you're ready to get off of that thing and not look at it for a while, huh?" And I had to tell him the truth. No, on the contrary, I'm ready to go again. This trip did not burn us out. We're not exhausted. We're not beat up. We didn't get angry. It wasn't frustrating. It was just a great trip. And I'm not really beat up. Do I sleep really good at night on the road? Yeah, you do, because your body does work pretty hard. You're doing a lot more than you realize you're doing. But in the grand scheme of things, this has just been a great thing. And so don't think that you're just going to go out there and burn yourself out in just a few days. Don't be hesitant about making that 3 or 4 day trip to learn how to tour and learn how to work with one another and how to pack and those sorts of things, because those things are important. It's a hand in glove kind of relationship where you're working together and you learn where one person stops and one starts. And that's just really how all this thing works. But I just wanted you to know that I'm not burned out, and I don't want to get off the Spyder, and I don't want to quit riding, and I don't want to take a break. All of the things that you would think would probably be the case, they're just not. All right, so we are getting ready to pull into one of our favorite places, the Busy Bee over near Live Oak, Florida. And you've seen us stop at the Busy Bee several times, and we always get ices, and we normally get us a Slim Jim too. So let's see if we can't find an icy and a Slim Jim around here.
We've never done this before, have we? First time I left the camera on while I was getting the wheelchair out. So how many times do you think we've done this over the last 2 weeks? How many times have I put the wheelchair together and taken it apart in 2 weeks?
Probably close to 10 times a day, so 90, close to 100 probably, if not more.
Yeah. So you tired of me putting you on and off the motorcycle?
No. But when I got home, my transfers were a lot weaker because I wasn't not transferring as much. I gotta get back in the gym. Yeah. You want an icy?
Oh yeah, I want an icy. All right, so Coach Vic and I are getting us a couple of Slim Jims and
an icy.
An icy. Well, I want to tell you, you may not know this, floorboard risers are also great seats. When you get them up a little higher, you can sit on them.
Oh yeah.
When you're taking a break, you eat your Slim Jim.
Oh, you must have done. Oh.
Do I need to cut it more?
Yes.
All right, hang on. Coach Bob's a dangerous man. Look out. Hold it up. Give me a little support now. Right there. There you go.
Wow. Oh, you missed that.
Ah, I may have missed it. That's all right.
That was good YouTube gold footage.
That was YouTube gold. Had to make sure I didn't cut Coach Vic with that right there. You know what I mean? Tell you what, that little tool right there, that thing gets used. How many? It's a coffee stirrer, a Slim Jim opener. It's a screwdriver. It's everything you could possibly imagine all rolled into one.
I see a Slim Jim.
Next stop, Jacksonville Beach, baby.
Yep.
All right.
As we roll out of Live Oak, Florida, we know it's not going to be long until we hit the greater Jacksonville, Florida area. Now, Jacksonville is not a crazy town, but it can be quite busy and the traffic does start to pick up, which really isn't a problem. And that is something that we have grown a little more acclimated to, is being around more traffic because of this trip. We were around quite a bit of traffic in the larger cities, and not that you should take it lightly, because you can't take it lightly. You take it lightly, you'll get killed. So keep your head on a swivel, be safe, just don't be afraid. Traffic is part of travel, and the larger cities, especially when you're unfamiliar with the roads, just look at your map the night before, read your route, and make sure you're familiar with those things. Certainly if you're going through a city that you've never been through, look at that, maybe look at the condition of the road, and the preceding day, if you can scroll out on your map a few times during the day, you can look and see what the traffic patterns are like, where you may be able to plan a more strategic time to go through that city so that you're not getting hammered with traffic. There's just a little advice on how to handle the traffic situation. Another thing I was asked was, does the CanAm have cruise control? And it does have cruise control. And then the other was, do I use it? Now, I'm going to tell you, I use it, and I use it a lot. Probably more than most people. It's something I'm very comfortable with doing. There are a lot of people, and I've got friends who will not use cruise control. They won't use it in a car. They won't use it on a motorcycle. They feel that it is unsafe. Now, I don't drive crazy with it, and I don't go real fast, but I do know that if I had a heart attack and dropped over dead, Coach Vic's in big trouble. So, is it something that I think about when I'm using cruise control? No. I use it a lot. I'm very comfortable doing it. So do what you want to do with that, but I use cruise control a lot. The other thing that I felt was absolutely essential to have other than cruise control was heated grips. Heated grips are a big deal to me. If your hands are aching or if you have a cold morning, you can turn those things on and it makes the time go a little more easily. I've ridden the Spyder in the 20s and even the high teens. I don't find it really miserable. I know there are those that do. Coach Vic does not like riding in the 20s. Once you get under 35, Coach Vic really, she'll go, but she doesn't enjoy it when it's under 35 degrees. Doesn't really bother me a whole lot, but we all have our limitations, and don't take your limitations lightly. Just do what you need to do on that. But cruise control, I use it a lot. Heated grips, I use them with regularity. On this trip, I only used the heated grips one time. And that one time was more about my hands. I had eaten, I think, something with a lot of salt in it the day before, and I kind of felt like my hands were swollen, and it just felt good to have like a little heating pad on my hands. By lunchtime, I was good to go, and it was a cool morning to boot. So it was just the perfect combination. So what we're going to do now is, through the power of time lapse and a sped up film, we're just going to hop right through the traffic, and our next stop is Jacksonville Beach, the Atlantic Ocean. If you hear the wind howling, it's because we at the Atlantic Ocean, baby. Yes, sir. We're closing this loop today.
Here we go.
About 150 yards, I'd say. Maybe 100 yards. What do you think?
We're going to turn out and dip my toe out. Yes, you are. He's tough enough to do it, yes.
All right, we're gonna plow through some sand here.
Woo! Oh my goodness, right here it gets hard. Ah.
It's worth it, worth every minute of it.
There's probably have a workout on the way back.
I'll tell you,
Stuff right here.
that's all I got.
Right,
We're getting right up to it.
Right here. Oh, so I can dip my feet in.
Oh, my Lord.
He's an Iron Man, he can do it.
I'll tell you,
Is that hard, Coach Bob?
that was hard.
Look at your heartbeat. Your heart.
See my heart pounding on my chest?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is getting harder going up.
You ready to get your feet wet?
Coach Bob's the man.
Now that I caught my breath a little bit, let's seal the deal, baby. Alpine Star. There to go. Yes. Ah ha ha. Look at that right there. There it is. I get it. Perfect.
You get it?
I got it.
Got my foot wet.
Yes, you did. That's perfect. Nice. There you go. All right, now that our shoes and our feet are all sopping wet, what a great feeling. We've done it. Across the continent. We're gonna head back to Tallahassee. And now
Have some lunch first, then go to Tallahassee.
yeah, and that's gonna seal the deal. Crossing the continent 2 times for the CanAm Spyder.
Yes,
We did it. We did it. And I want to tell you, it was amazing.
it was amazing and an epic adventure. Enjoyed every minute of it.
Let me tell you, no sacrifice is too great. There's nothing to stop you. Just do it. Live your life.
Do it.
Live the dream. Chase it. Chase it every day. You got to be hungry for it. It's going to be hot. It's going to be cold. It's going to rain. You're going to have every obstacle that can get in your way. Don't let the world tell you no. Don't give your feelings the right to tell you what to do. Make up your mind and go do it. Live the dream.
And remember, you can if you try, and you can if you cry. And we ain't crying.
We ain't crying, baby.
There's no tears in these eyes.
So let me see if I can't drag Coach Vic up here without having a heart attack.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we're going to go eat some grub.
Can you see? Okay.
Let's go.
Go. You got it, Coach. You got it, Coach Bob. Woohoo.
Almost there.
He's got muscles. Muscles. You got it. You're the Iron Man. You got it, Coach Bob. That's why they call you Coach Bob. You got it. You got it. Woohoo. We did it.
Woo!
Woohoo. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Woo! My legs are burning. Burning worse than my legs?
His heart.
My lungs.
His lungs, I mean.
Oh,
Coach Bob, you gotta go get that shit. Too much travel time. Ah!
my legs feel like rubber bands. We made it. Come on.
Good, how are y'all?
Wonderful. All right, so we just finished a 5-star meal at Joe's Crab Shack, Jacksonville, Florida. What do you think, Coach Vic? Hang on, hang on.
Very good.
Bring it in hot, bring it in hot. Come on. You can't go no faster than that.
My hands are burning.
That's why they're burning, because you won't let it go fast. You got to go faster.
No, then my front wheels are messed up. Our front wheels have a stagger.
They got a stagger. Your wheels been drinking?
Yes.
Well, I sure am breathing better now. I don't have to carry you across the beach. Come on. All right, now it's time to load up on the CanAm. Head on back to Tallahassee.
Tally.
We'll
we're probably looking at what, 190 miles, something like that, maybe 200 miles with the beach trip. That side of it won't be too bad. It's gonna be nice. Wind's blowing like crazy. We get out of the beach town, it'll all of a sudden all the wind will die to get hot again. But anyway, that's okay. Look up here. All right, you ready?
Yes, I am.
As we wheel our way through the traffic and the chaos that is Jacksonville, Florida, and grab I-10 westbound, I look down and realize, 30 miles to empty. And then, uh-oh.
Jeez, really needs to tag on.
Went from 33 miles to empty to 3 bars, so I just stopped for gas. I want to take a moment as we ride here just to say thank you. Thank you for following us on this trip. It has made it even more exciting to be able to share it with you guys. The emails that I have gotten, and I'll go into some greater depth at a later time, but the emails that I've gotten of people who have recently bought CanAm Spyders and some of the decisions that they have made based on this channel is both humbling and flattering. And I thank you for the trust that you have placed in Coach Vic and I, and also just you sharing your experiences with us via email. And some stories that are shared are, you just have to know that there are other people out there that go through tough things, and they make it happen. They're living their lives. They're overcoming. They're living the dream, man. And it's not because it was just given to them. It's because they're willing to sacrifice. And they've been through some really tough times. And I want to thank all of our subscribers for everything that you have offered to Coach Vic and I. We really, really appreciate it more than you will ever know. Another thing that we've gotten some really cool emails about Coach Vic's paralysis. I don't know of another couple where one of them is paralyzed that have done what we have done. I did. And I emphasized to Coach Vic how big of a deal it is, and what she is doing is a big deal. Yes, we work together and all of that stuff, but let me tell you, this woman is absolutely tenacious, and her life is difficult, and it is fraught with challenges, and there are speed bumps in every direction of her life, but she somehow finds a way to get over them. She is an amazing person, and on her special day today, her birthday, happy birthday, Coach Vic. I love you. I can't think of a lot more to say than that, other than Coach Vic and Coach Bob have crossed the North American continent twice. Once east to west, and once west to east. And we have closed the loop today. And we have put our feet in the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean to seal the deal. And it has been quite a journey. So where do we go from here? That's another question that I was asked. Where do you go from here? It's kind of like when I finished doing the Ironman. I almost got a little depressed after doing the Ironman. Where do you go after that? What sort of athletic event do you do that tops that? What sort of trip can we do that's going to top this? And I will answer with the same response that I answered with then. It's not about topping it. It's about enjoying the next one as much as I enjoyed this one. So whatever it is, whether it is a day trip to go get a hamburger, or whether it is a trip across the continent, or whether it is a trip across the state, we are going to go out, we're going to ride this thing, and we're going to enjoy every minute that we possibly can. This CanAm Spyder has done an exceptional job, and we are grateful to the designers and developers of this fine machine. You know, it's funny, I had a couple of comments and a couple of emails saying that, you know, BRP should be sponsoring you guys. I agree, but they're not. And that's okay. We are pleased with what we're doing and what we got, but it was very flattering to hear those kinds of comments. So Coach Vic, we've done it once, or we've done it twice. Ha ha! Now let's turn into our neighborhood, rustle us up some grub, and enjoy our evening. It's time to prop the feet up. Oh yeah. All right. So now you're thinking Key West to Maine?
I wasn't thinking Key West, but shit. That's all the way down there and then all the way back up.
Is the light flashing?
Oh, did you just get me saying that? Sure.